Hello, everyone. You know the worst part about all of this? It's one thing to make a mistake. And like I said, I do not, you guys know how I feel about MAGA politics and all of this. And I was talking, like I told you before, I try to engage with everybody. That's something my dad taught me. And you got to at least hear people out. And that's not my strength. But when I do, and when I did, and this person was like, when you get so far in power, the one thing you won't do is apologize. The fact that he seemed to understand that or to embrace that was troubling to me because I don't care who you are. As a matter of fact, the higher you get, the more you have to be humble and be willing to admit so that you give grace and receive grace and you leave room for improvement. When a person double downs on their ignorance, and that's my problem with all of the Republicans and the people that voted for number 47. As you see things evolve and get out of control, even if you didn't see it before, you have to at least admit, like, whoa, wait a minute, I don't like the direction. Maybe I shouldn't have voted. You have to find some kind of way to review, to check yourself, and to say, maybe I was wrong. When people can't do that, that's a hard pill for me to swallow. Because at that point, there's no humanity within you. That means you would rather let people die, be quiet, and act like you're perfect and okay, which means you are a complete liar all the time. Because half of the truth is the whole lie. So once again, when it comes to this, that's why it gets deeper than politics. At least even Republicans and Democrats, back in the day, we could say, well, see, look at that policy. It messed up. It did this. But when you can't do that, when you can't do something that is normal, that's scary. And that's the problem with MAGA supporters. When you cannot, and that's why I was telling and doing a video, let's don't even talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, bleach blonde, bad Bill Butch body. Because she's on this tour, but you said you quit politics because you were afraid. But really, it seems like she's trying to stay relevant so that she can run for something, but she did it as a coward because when you were standing behind number 47, you were strong, you were aggressive, you were rude, you were mean, you were demeaning, and now you want to act like it just came at you. You want to play victim, but you don't even want to help people get out of the trouble that you were. You caused some of it. You can't just walk away and act like there's no blood on your hand. There definitely is. When she's talking about, he threatened my family. What about Jasmine Crockett? What about Letitia James? What about the the women in Atlanta that, in Georgia that he came after? And that woman's life has never been the same because she was afraid and they accused her of voting fraud when there was nothing. What about those people? You didn't think anything about them. Once again, it's that entitlement, that white privilege, like, oh my gosh, it shouldn't happen to me, but if I cause it to somebody else, it's okay. The devil is a lie. And so are you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So the thing about it, when there is no human decency, that's when we know we've gone way beyond politics. And that's why I'm telling you, we have to vote. We got to at least get back to the point where, yeah, we know racism exists. We know there are biases. We know there are a lot of you that are like, I'm still not sure and I'm scared of black people. Okay, we know that. I live through that every day. I work in a very public place. And while they smile and they act like everything is okay, those fools all the time are judging and trying to figure me out. And I realize that. Although done nothing to gain it, I've done nothing to, and I still every day have to wake up, put on a brave face, They judge everything. When I come to work extremely cute, it's like, oh my gosh, where's her money? If I came to work and I wasn't, it would be like, oh my gosh. It doesn't matter what I do. There is a judgment there. There is a thought there. There is something. And I have just learned to embrace it and just be me. I'm a slave to fashion. I was fashionable before I met this little raggedy job I work with. So when they look at me, I don't explain. I don't feel like I have to, and I'm not going to. I'm going to be fashionably me. And if they want to count my money, count it up, boo. Keep counting. Because what you won't be able to do is ever say, I took something that didn't belong. My point is, we have always known that racism exists. What we're dealing with now is that number 47 made sure that the little problems and things and nuances that people didn't talk about, he exploited those things and he made it comfortable for people to come out and hate for no reason. And we want to stop that. We want to put it back. We want to do better. In other words, we want to get to a point where we really do live up to Dr. Martin Luther King's dream, where people are judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin. It's been your girl, Candy with Kim.